Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. As always, I'm one of your hosts on this show, Matty Betts, joined by my partner in crime, my brother in arms, the man, the myth, the legend. Happy birthday, Big Al Bet. Big Al Better.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, there you go. You said it right. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, appreciate it. Happy birthday. It's always a fun day, February 6th. Mark it down. Waiting for the Super Bowl to land on my birthday, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. So we did the math. It's going to be a long time because there's leap years and all that other stuff. But yeah, man, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm hanging in there. It's another day in paradise. I'm jumping on a plane tomorrow, so I'll be over there getting good old Washington again in the snowstorm that you guys are having. So that's gonna be a little
Heck,
cold for
yeah.
me. Not used to that since I've been here in Arizona, but yeah, that'll be fun to actually hang out together, be able to watch the Super Bowl together, win a lot of money. Both be able to celebrate
That's the
each
hope.
other's wins.
That is the hope. That is the hope. Well, guys, if you guys are new to the channel or new to the way we've been doing the live streams, we started doing it for playoffs. We just get on here Thursday or Friday night. We would have done it Friday, but like Matt just said, he's going to be on the plane, so that's not going to work. So we did it a day early. But basically, the way we do it, we just make some. This is supposed to be just fun. This isn't the professional bets. These are just kind of reach picks that we'll just throw out there to just have a good time on the Super Bowl. So I've got 6 parlays I'm going to be throwing out to you guys. I don't know exactly what Matt's got for you, but I'll just let you know. I've got six parlays. They all pay in a range from, the highest one on here is at plus 5 grand. Oh, no, plus 9,000. The lowest one is a plus 900. So that's kind of the gambit, the range that I'm working in today. And then I don't know what Matt's got for you.
Okay, well I got 4 parlays. I have another one. It is still a parlay, but it's only 2 picks. So, and that's my lowest one at plus 2,800, and then goes up to, obviously we had to hit those, at the 6 digits. So we got a plus hundred
Okay.
thousand for you guys. That's what we've been trying to do. It's a lot harder now that there's only one game. So it's like you could go
Right.
through and take 8, 9 touchdown scorers, like we kind of did with when there was 2 games and there was 4 games. But that's a lot easier when you have 2 different games to work with. But when they're all the touchdowns have to come from the same game, it's hard to do, especially if you think there's going to be double touchdowns. So yeah, not as many and not as juicy as we have gotten them.
Sure.
Or I guess I was taught that I was using that the wrong way. So maybe not juicy isn't the right word. Maybe it's as boosted, or I don't know.
Yeah, as just high
As high
odds.
as you can go. Yeah. So a
Right.
little bit lower than normal. But since you have more than me, you can go first on this one if you want to. You want to give a little
Okay, I think
synopsis of the game? I mean, we already kind of did that. I'm not sure if you want to jump into that at
we've got
all.
a whole video breakdown. I don't think if people wanted that, like, and they've heard it from everybody if you watch anybody talking about sports, everybody's talking about Super Bowl. I think they're probably sick to death of all the different, takes and
Hmm.
breakdown of the game. So I think we just stick with the betting, the fun props that we're bringing to the table. I'll just start off. I'll give you two, and then you said you have four total.
Yeah, I have 4, and then I technically have 5. So,
Okay, so I'll give two, then you can go, and then we'll just bounce back and forth.
yep, sounds good to me.
You good with that?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you two that aren't no player props involved,
Oh, here we go. This is crap again.
just game props. Okay, so this one's fun. I like this one a lot. So if you take it's a 4 pick parlay, it pays out plus 900. This is my lowest one. You can take the Chiefs minus a half point to win the first quarter. So it's you take a money line, it's like minus 112. But if you take them to win it by a point, uh, for whatever reason, it's plus 140. So I threw that in there. Chiefs minus a half point in the first quarter. Then you got 10 total points scored in the first quarter. That's between both teams. And then I took the Chiefs over 12 and a half total first half points and the Eagles over 11 and a half first half points. So that's it. It's a 4 pick parlay. It's pretty simple. That pays plus 900. So Chiefs got to win. They got to win the quarter by 1 point. You got to get 10 total points scored in the quarter. You need the Chiefs over 12 and a half and the Eagles over 11 and a half first half.
Okay. Let me write that down
The
real
hardest
quick.
thing to hit on there is going to be the Chiefs winning the first quarter because the Chiefs, um, they tend to get behind, and the Eagles sucked all year in the first quarter, but through the playoffs they've had a lead in the first quarter in all those games. So
Yeah, no, for sure. I get that. What does that one pay out?
plus 900, brother.
That's not a bad little pick that you have there. I will say, I mean, we haven't hit on anything like this yet. Well, I guess you haven't because I haven't done anything like this yet. But
Sure.
It is fun to like see you come with all this stuff because you're always like, oh, I could take the spread, I could take the total points in the first half, like or your stupid race to points or race to yards,
Yeah.
like
I think those things get overlooked, dude. Honestly,
they definitely do because when you think about football, you think about yards
the
and
players.
it's yards, receiving yards, rushing yards, passing yards, and touchdowns. That's like the big five, if you will. So
Yes, I was just dinking around in quarters, and then I moved over to halves, and between both of those, I just was able to throw this little thing together, and I thought that was cool. So, I'll jump into the second one I have here. It's another 4-pick parlay. This
okay,
one is even simpler than the other one. Okay, what do we expect from this game, Matt? We both are on the Eagles to win the game,
yeah,
and we're both on the over. Spoiler if you guys haven't watched our actual Super Bowl video, but so in the spirit of the over. It's a 4-pick parlay. You go into quarters on your book, and you just take the over in every quarter.
the over in every
All
quarter.
all four quarters, it's plays plus 1,000. It's 9.5 points for the first quarter. It's 14.5 for the second quarter. It's 9.5 for the third quarter, and it's 13.5 for the fourth quarter.
Okay, I feel like
But
13
if you
and a half
take
in the
them,
fourth quarter is easy.
whatever books you guys play, just take the over on the quarters, and whatever number you're going to end up getting. But we're just assuming we're betting on a high scoring game, and so with that in mind, I was like, let's just take the over in every quarter and see what that pays out, and it's 10 extra money if that hits. So you throw a unit on it, you win 10 as long as you get the over in every quarter. That feels like that's something that I'm willing to throw half a unit on or a tenth of a unit, depending on what kind of money you're playing with.
Yeah, for sure. That's not bad because we do expect a lot of points in this game.
And I mean, the first quarter feels great, 9.5. You just need a touchdown and a field goal.
And I mean,
So unless you get a bunch of 3 and outs,
we could easily
that
get
feels
2
good.
touchdowns.
Right.
Because like we talked about, like Mahomes can score, if he needs to and if he chooses to, pretty much. And then you also have Saquon and the Eagles, and they've been able to do that all year. So you definitely could. I think the first quarter is the one that worries me the most, just because the first quarter always sets the tone for the whole game. So if it is, like you said, it's a bunch of 3 and outs, then you're screwed because like the game will most likely be an under anyway. So it has the potential to be.
If the first quarter doesn't get to the 10 points, then this one dies and my other one dies.
Yeah.
So, but if it hits, then you're like, okay, I got 2 parlays alive right now, as long as the Chiefs win the quarter. But, yeah. So those are my first 2, Matt. Hit me with one of yours, and then I'll go. You can go.
All right. Well, you brought me your 2 lowest ones, I'm guessing, right?
Those are in fact my 2 lowest.
All right.
Because
Cool.
all the other ones have player props, and those you can get a little.
Okay, so mine's even simpler than yours are.
Interesting.
Well, technically, it's not simpler than your last one. Your last one was pretty easy, but it is 4 picks. This one's just 2 picks.
4 overs.
This is just 2 picks. Okay, it's Saquon Barkley 2 touchdowns, Travis Kelce 2 touchdowns.
Kind of love it, honestly.
The easiest bet. They're the 2 biggest stars on their teams, respectively. So they both should be seeing the ball a lot. They should both be able to get in the end zone a lot. So at least 2 touchdowns for both of them. I like it. Pays plus 2,800.
That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's not bad just for taking 2 guys to score 2 touchdowns. They've been doing it. They've proven it time and time again that they can do that, especially Saquon. Like Travis Kelce, not so much, but Travis Kelce or Saquon for sure, and then Kelce's kind of the question mark, but not really because it's a Super Bowl, and Kelce always shows up for the Super Bowls.
Right. Yeah, he's just right behind Jerry Rice, right?
Yep.
For catches in a Super Bowl.
Yep.
So yeah, no, he's pretty good when the lights are the brightest. So, all right, so that's just one of yours.
Yeah, 2,800.
So I'll just jump into one of mine. Okay, I got kind of nifty with some of these. So, I think you're gonna like a couple of them. So I'm gonna go with. I'm just gonna give you my touchdown parlay. Okay, I took 5 touchdown scores for the game. Throw them all together. This thing pays out plus 5,000.
Okay.
I've got Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, Travis Kelce, Kareem Hunt, and AJ Brown.
Hunt and AJ.
Pretty simple. They're all studs. In our big video, I gave 4 of those guys as my touchdown score: Saquon, Jalen, Travis, Kareem. So I liked those picks already. Threw them all together, and then I was like, let me one more in there. Threw AJ Brown in there just because he's a big play guy. We can see him just break and contain or getting a contested catch and just going up there and getting it. So, but you put those 5 together, it pays plus 5,000. So I was like, dang, that's plus 1,000 per pick. That works.
Yeah, it's first and goal from the 8-yard line, and they're just going to look his way first. It's him and Goddard, like we've already talked about a bunch. It's him and Goddard are the two guys that Jalen Hurts is going to look to if they need to throw it for a touchdown. So, yeah, I don't mind those picks at all. It's 5 good touchdown scores. Yeah, the payout's only 5,000, which for these streams, for the streams that we've been doing this year, like for the playoffs, that is kind of low. But it also is like 5 of the favorites.
Yes.
So it's kind of like
the only one higher. The only one higher than AJ, that you get worse odds on AJ, or I guess whatever better. The only one more favored to get a touchdown over AJ is Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
So, I'm taking basically the top 5, and I know Worthy scored in a touchdown before, but I would rather have AJ Brown on touchdown score list than Xavier Worthy.
Well, yeah, for sure, and I'd also rather have like you already have, you got Kelsey and Kareem Hunt. You're not going to put Worthy above those two guys.
Absolutely not.
Hunt's done it in every game, both games in the playoffs, and then Kelsey. I mean, it's Travis Kelsey.
Yeah, so. it's Travis Kelsey, exactly.
So I don't mind that.
That's my touchdown parlay.
All
Plus 5,000. I was like, dude, let's go 5,000 for 5 touchdown scores.
Yeah,
50x your money.
I'm gonna kind of do the stream how we've been doing it. I'm not just gonna copy you and be like, I'll jump into mine. I only have one pure touchdown score parlay. Like I said, I only have 4 big parlays, so all of them are mixed with touchdowns and props. But I only have one pure touchdown parlay, so we'll save that one for the next pick. Well, I guess that one pays out exactly what that one does, so that's kind of cool. They both have the same odds. But I'll jump into one of my touchdown and prop parlays. First off, we're going to Xavier Worthy, anytime touchdown, and also A.J. Brown, anytime touchdown. Like you said with A.J. Brown, you like having him. He's literally the biggest weapon on that team besides Saquon Barkley. So I like A.J. Brown a lot there, and then same goes for Worthy if you take Kelsey out of it. So, I get the Eagles have a good pass defense, but it doesn't really matter in my opinion because Worthy is a speed demon. Like we talked about in our video, the speed demon's the guy that's probably going to get open in this game. Because you need the speed demon. Like, if their defense is locking everybody down, you can't lock down somebody this fast. We saw it when the Chiefs had Tyreek Hill. It's like, and we've seen Tyreek Hill on the Dolphins too. It's like, apparently Worthy's faster. I don't believe it, but, he's still the speed demon. That's all that you need to be able to generate some momentum for your offense and then also just be able to take the top off a defense and just go all the way for a home run throw. So, I like Worthy and A.J. Brown each to get a touchdown. Then we're going to go Travis Kelsey, 75-plus receiving yards. Kelsey should have a big game. We'll see. Maybe they can lock him down. Maybe Bond can do his thing and just shut him down. I don't think so. Kelsey's just too good in my opinion. Then we're going to Devontae Smith, 75-plus receiving yards. It's a big number for Devontae, but he's kind of just the guy that everybody forgets about. Like, if you're planning a defense against this team, you're saying, stop Saquon, stop Jalen, stop AJ. You don't really care about Devontae. Devontae hasn't really had a great year. So I like that. Then we're going Kareem Hunt, 50-plus rushing yards. I think this is the stupidest pick that's on the books.
You love this pick so much.
Okay, it makes so much sense, okay? He's played 2 playoff games. He had 60 in one game and 44 in the other. So it's right around there.
One game he didn't hit it.
Yeah, no, but it's like, it makes sense. I love this pick so much because the Eagles' the rush defense is really good. So he's getting boosted numbers. Like, it's literally like, you're getting plus money at him at 50 yards. And we've seen that Pacheco can't do anything. So Kareem Hunt's going to be the featured back. You already know that the Chiefs are going to want to run the ball. They're going to try to as many times as they can. If it's a 1st and 10, they're probably going to run it. Mark my words. They're probably going to run it.
Is it plus money?
It is. Yeah, it's like plus 160.
Is that your pick of the Super Bowl? Like, is that your favorite bet? Your favorite prop bet is Kareem Hunt 50 rushing yards?
No, because there's another bet that pays more, and that's Saquon 2 touchdowns.
Is that going in this or no?
No, not in this one. No.
Okay. Is that it? Just those 5 picks?
Nope. And then our last pick is Noah Gray,
There we go.
2+ catches. That's it. His line set at 1.5. We're taking the over, so you need 2 catches. So it's Noah Gray at 2+ receptions. Pays out plus 12,500.
Sheesh.
So it's not bad. I'll run through them again if you guys just jumped in here, if anybody's rewatching it or whatever. We got Xavier Worthy, anytime touchdown. A.J. Brown, anytime touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 75-plus receiving yards. Devontae Smith, 75-plus receiving yards. Kareem Hunt, 50 rushing yards. And then we got Noah Gray, 2+ receptions. Pays out plus 12,500. It's a prop and a touchdown parlay. It's not bad. Like, for that one, I was kind of just like... kind of scraping a little bit. The only one here that's actually like decent plus money, because obviously Worthy and A.J. Brown are plus money. You got Kelsey at 75 plus, which I'm pretty sure is straight money if it's not minus money. And then Devontae Smith is also plus money, and that's like the biggest one there. Like I said, Kareem Hunt's like a plus 160, 150. And then Noah Gray's at plus 120 or 130, I think, for 2 catches.
And what we know about Devontae Smith is that, like you said, he quietly gets catches and does his thing, but also the Chiefs, the biggest weakness on both these defenses is the Chiefs' passing defense. They're 16. Like, that's the worst number of the whole group. So if it turns into a shootout like we're kind of hoping we're going to get, then it's very possible that Devontae Smith gets open on the outside, picks up a 40-yard here, and then a couple nickel and dimes, and then he's at 75.
Exactly my idea.
Okay. I kind of like it, honestly. I don't know if I like every leg in there, but the Smith 75 plus, which is the most plus money, I don't mind that as much as,
Yeah, I want to say Smith is like plus 240 or 250. He just hasn't really been involved, which is fine because in these games, it was like, so we saw the first 2 games by the Eagles, right, in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
A.J. Brown was non-existent,
Yeah.
and it was just the Saquon and Jalen Hurts show. Then last week, I told you, I said, I love A.J. Brown. You loved him too. Like, we both loved A.J. Brown. We said, no, he's going to have a big game. Guess what? Had 100 yards.
And a touchdown.
And a touchdown, yes.
Did he score?
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
So, you get all of that, and then now I'm coming at you and I'm saying, okay, it's the A.J. Brown show, it's the Saquon show, it's the Jalen Hurts show. Now we're going to rely on the other guy.
Smith.
Yeah,
Okay.
give me Smith, because Smith, like, I like A.J. Brown for the touchdown. I like Smith for the yards. Just because I think...
before AJ showed up there, it was the Devontae Smith show. That was his team. Like, he was the WR1.
Exactly. And then he's getting overshadowed by all the studs that they have on that team. Like, he's just quietly been the number 2. And I think he's going to continue to do that, especially in this game. High stakes. You got to, like, Jalen Hurts has to find the open guy. If A.J. Brown's getting doubled, guess what? He's probably either going to look at Goddard, and then he'll go to Devontae. So, because you already know that Goddard's going to be covered too. The Chiefs aren't going to be like, yeah, just stop A.J. and we can lose to Dallas Goddard and he can have 160 yards.
And we already know that, well, we already talked about, we think that the game plan defensively for the Chiefs is going to be trying to stop Saquon anyway.
Oh, for sure.
And Spags blitzes a ton. So that both of those combined, plus them being 16th against the pass, that opens up the back end a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, I'm going to hop into this one. Which one do here? I'm going to go with my tight end parlay. I teased this in our main video. So, I was trying to build this. We were on the call together while I was building it, and I was like, this is stupid. These odds just don't even come close to getting high, and they should. Mm-hmm. It didn't make sense. So, here's what it is for the tight end parlay. It's 6 picks total. I got Travis Kelce, 70 yards receiving. Travis Kelce, 6 receptions, and Travis Kelce to score a touchdown. Then I have Dallas Goedert, 60 yards reception, 60 yards receiving, so 10 less than Kelce, 1 less catch at 5 catches, and a touchdown. Okay. Plays out plus 2,300.
That's it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I thought that would be more. It sounds like it should be
Bro,
more.
Before the touchdowns were added, it was a plus 400.
Really?
And I'm like, what?
That's actually
like
wild.
Like Goddard's line's 52. Yeah. Kelce's line is 62. So I'm 8 over both of their lines. So it's plus money for both those picks. Travis's line is 6.5 catches, so I'm right below his line. And then Goddard's is 4.5, so I'm pretty much right on that too. Yeah. But those 4 together, like, I feel like I could go take any other 4 picks that have those type of odds, and it would be way higher than 400.
Yeah, and I think
I just could not get those when I played around with what the book gave me for both those players for catches and yards without getting ridiculous because I wanted to hit, and there was nothing that made it jump. I couldn't get even plus 900.
Yeah, I think that's probably because it's the 2 tight ends. Now, if you took Kelce and somebody else for the same team, then it would probably juice it a little bit more. I think what we've noticed this year is if you take things that will most likely happen and it's like they kind of coincide with each other, it negates them out a little bit. So
yeah, I think
I think it's the fact that these are the 2 tight ends for either team, and you're taking them both to have a good game, which we've seen happen before, and it's the Super Bowl. I think just that mixing together could be the reason.
And I told you, I mean, like we just talked about, Kelce is right behind Jerry Rice for the reception in a Super Bowl right?
Mhm.
And so him to get 6 catches feels like a lot, especially if it becomes a shootout and Mahomes has to go to a guy a lot. 70 yards. I mean, Travis, the last game they played, he was in the middle of the field picking up 20 yards every catch, it felt like. So that's not a lot for him. And then him to get in the end zone, if the play breaks down, that's who Mahomes is going for. And then Goddard, I broke that down in the main video. It's like every playoff game aside from his rookie year, he's had at least 4 catches in every single game, and he's had at least 40 yards in every single game.
Yep.
So I just need him to have a touch more than that and get into the end zone. So I feel great about it.
A touch
And
more
Jalen seems
than,
to like him.
yeah, and it's literally a touch more yards and catches, like maybe a little bit more production than he gives you every single time.
Right. And Goddard, I mean, this playoff run has been electrifying.
Mm-hmm. He's been the guy for sure.
Big plays all over the place. So,
and it helps
so
when you have somebody like Saquon to just take the pressure off the tight end.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. All right, go ahead, Matt. What you got?
All right. Let's jump into the next one. This one's a little bit of a doozy. Okay, so get your pen ready, get your mind right. Let's jump into this thing. First off, we're going Saquon 2 touchdowns.
Again,
like I said, that's my favorite pick. He's in here. Okay, Kareem Hunt anytime touchdown. AJ Brown anytime touchdown. Then here we're jumping into the props. We got Jalen Hurts 50+ rushing yards, Kareem Hunt 50+ rushing yards, Kelsey 50+ receiving yards, Goddard 50+ receiving yards, and then 75+ receiving yards for Xavier Worthy. Pays out plus 30,000.
Okay, so you lost me. So I got Saquon 2 touchdowns, Kareem anytime touchdown, AJ Brown touchdown, Jalen Hurts 50+ rushing, Kareem 50+ rushing, Kelsey 50+ receiving, and then
Goddard
after that,
50+.
Okay.
And then 75 for Worthy.
Dang.
Yeah.
8 legs.
8 legs. I was like, we got to make an 8-legger.
Plus 38,000.
Just plus 30.
Still a freaking lot.
Yeah, it's still a lot. I mean, it works, but what's your biggest scare here?
On this one,
Yep.
I probably Worthy 75.
And it's just because it's a big number. But
if you took that out, I think I feel pretty good. Jalen 50 just scares me, and it's not because he can do it. I mean, frick, against the Rams, he had a 44-yard just rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
Right off the right edge. Like, we know he can get it, but it just scares me to take that big of a number back.
Okay, so my only thing here, right? You actually just mentioned it like a minute ago. Spags likes to blitz.
Oh, yeah.
If you call the wrong
he's hard
blitz,
to bring down.
if you call the wrong blitz though, if you have like an inside blitz and it's 2 linebackers or whatever coming into blitz, Jalen Hurts is going to run outside that pocket. He's going to have a tight end or a receiver or somebody out there blocking for him. And you're going to lose him, and he's going to get 20 to 30 yards. That can just be one run. That's fine. That can happen in the first half. It can even happen in the second half, and I still feel comfortable with him hitting this 50. Like, that's what Jalen Hurts does. It's his biggest weapon besides, that is his biggest weapon.
And then he's going to pick up 2 yards on every single tush push.
Yep, exactly. And you got to assume that they're going to do probably, 4 or 5 of those? I wish we could bet on something like that. How many tushy pushes?
Yeah, they're going to do a couple. They're going to do a couple on the goal line, and then they're going to frickin' do like a bunch on 4th down and 3rd downs to pick up the first. So,
yeah.
Okay. I just threw it in on DraftKings. If you just take the Kareem Hunt touchdown and the 2 Saquon touchdowns, it's plus 700.
Okay. So it's Kareem Hunt and Saquon. Saquon for 2.
Saquon for 2, Kareem Hunt for 1, which we think that's going to pretty much happen in this game. That's plus 700. That feels like a pretty good little side bet to take, especially because you like the Saquon 2 touchdowns a lot. And then, why would you not? He's done it in so many games.
Yep. It's Saquon 2 touchdowns, and then it's a 50 rushing yards for Kareem Hunt. Those are my 2 best bets this week for betting for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, that's all
right, I'm going to hop into my second to last one.
Right.
I'm going to go with – I'll save my biggest one.
Of course,
for
you have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
I guess. Yeah, and it's not even close big as all of yours. But, okay, so this is just a rushing prop parlay.
Just
all
rushing.
It is, okay? 5 players, and I'm just taking them at their line. So if you go to your book, you could just take them at this. To me, the lines matter, but if it's off by 1 or 2, then it's off by 1 or 2, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So we got Isaiah Pacheco under his line, 21.5. Jalen Hurts over his line at 38.5. Kareem Hunt over his line at 43.5. Mahomes over his line at 29.5. and Saquon Barkley under his line at 112.5 because I think the Chiefs are going to try to stonewall. This thing pays out plus 2,000.
Okay, that was 4 pick. I only got 4 picks written down. You had Pacheco, Hunt, Mahomes, Barkley, and then who else? Hurts.
Jalen Hurts,
And that was
Kareem
under or
Hunt,
over?
Mahomes, Saquon. I have so it's under on Pacheco.
Yep.
It's over on Jalen, over on
Okay.
Kareem, over on Mahomes, and under on Saquon. And honestly, when I was looking at it, it's like if you don't like Mahomes over because he needs to get 30 yards rushing,
Yeah.
then you could take the under on that. Like you could interchange that. So whatever you're feeling when you're at the book or whatever your thoughts are on how this game's going to go, that one you could interchange. I just feel like Mahomes is going to pick up a 20-yard run at some point during this game in the third or fourth quarter, and then it's like we fly over the number. He'll have 15 yards, and then he'll run it for 20, and it's like, dang, there's 35.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
So, um,
No, that's not bad. I don't mind it.
but yeah, so it's the four
what's
rushes. I was going to
what's
try to take
Pacheco's
P. Ryan
line?
and take his under 21.5.
Okay. See, I think that's tough just because I don't think the Eagles are going to play that like up on him when Pacheco's in the backfield. So
They
I feel
don't
like he
blitz.
could break one.
Vic Fangio doesn't blitz a lot. He just keeps everybody in coverage. So that I think that's why they're so good. They're 10th against the run, which is really good, but it's not great. Like they're not the best against the run.
Yeah.
But the reason that they're good against the run is because all the linebackers can see, and then the safeties know, oh, the ball was handed off. They come crashing down. So you're only picking up 4 or 5 yards at a time. You're not getting these big runs. So that. And like we know, Pacheco hasn't really done much so far in these playoffs. And I think they're going to have more success with screenplays and stuff, which does not count for rushing. So that's why I'm taking the under on Pacheco, the over on Kareem, the over on Jalen. And then Mahomes is going to have to move with his feet if they're stopping the run.
Yeah,
So-
for sure.
And that O-line, like we said, the one Achilles heel, the one weakness of the Chiefs offense is that O-line. So if that O-line breaks down, Mahomes is scrambling. He's going to go pick up, I'll pick up 3 yards, 4 yards, 6 yards, whatever it is.
That's what Mahomes does.
And that's what he does. He keeps the play alive. He's looking, and then he'll put that down and just pick up 5, 6 yards. So that one's just, I think, a fun one.
It is. I don't mind it. It's cool. It's a little over, a little under, but
Yeah. 2 unders, 3 overs.
all right. I'll jump into mine. I got a touchdown parlay for you. This is my next one. So first pick here. We're switching it up a little bit. We're going AJ Brown 2 touchdowns.
Oh, my goodness.
That's how we're starting this thing out. You can kind of tell it's going to be a big one. Then we're going Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown, Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown. We're taking Travis Kelce. Of course, he's going to get a touchdown. We're going Kareem Hunt and Xavier Worthy. That's it. Pretty simple, right?
You're really into Worthy for this game.
I am. And it pays out the same as my last one, plus 30,000.
Okay.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping it would be more, but I do like the A.J. Brown here just because we're taking Saquon for 1, not 2. So if you're only taking Saquon for 1, the other touchdown has to go somewhere. Let's have A.J. Brown have a big game and have 2. So we got, A.J. Brown with 2, Hurts, Saquon, Kelce, Hunt, Worthy. I don't mind. The only one that actually does scare me would be the A.J. Brown 2 on that one. Right? It's plus 30,000 payout, so it's a big payout. Obviously, like we've talked about, a ton. These are just fun bets, right? We're trying to watch the game and see if we can kind of predict how the game's going to go. Because if you can, then you make out like mad. So, it's 300 times whatever you bet on it. So it's massive for us, and it's also just more fun, draws us more into the game. We're just more invested. So, not supposed to hit. The A.J. Brown 2, though, we can see that happening just because he's done it before. It just hasn't been that many times this year. But A.J. Brown is still a stud. He's still the number 1. He's still a big receiver, too. So if he gets one, first half, we feel really good about this. And then, give Saquon and Jalen Hurts. Those 2 are locks, in my opinion. Like, there's a reason it's minus 200 for Saquon. Like, I don't think anybody in their right mind, anybody in the world that's going to be watching this game doesn't think that Saquon's going to score. So,
well, that was the first week against the first playoff game against the Packers. So many people lost money because everybody thought Saquon score a touchdown, and he did not get one.
Yeah, but the Packers' run defense, like we know and we've talked about, is better than the Chiefs. Only by 1 in the rankings, but still better.
Right.
So, and it's also the Super Bowl. First Super Bowl Saquon's been to, he's going to have a big game.
I think so.
He
I
could
hope
play
he stays
against,
under
like,
his yardage,
it
though.
can't happen, but, like, if Saquon played against the Packers' defense, let's just say, not their team, but just their defense, I think that game goes a little bit differently, and I think Saquon does get a touchdown. Just because it's high stakes and Saquon's going to put everything on the line and be like, hey, we need to win this
If
game
it was
and
like
move
a
on.
Super Bowl or a champs game.
Yeah.
Could be.
But yeah, that's mine. What do you got for me? This is your last one?
Yep, this is my final one. This is so I've given you a rushing parlay, and I had a tight end parlay. This one is just a quarterback parlay.
Oh Lord.
This one, some people might not like it, and you're not. If you don't like it, don't bet it. This thing pays plus 9,000. It's my highest paying one. I've got Patrick Mahomes to throw for 300 passing yards. Patrick Mahomes to throw 2 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes to rush for 25 yards. Right? Pretty simple.
Yep.
The Jalen Hurts side. Jalen Hurts to throw for 300 passing yards. Jalen Hurts to throw for 2 touchdowns. And Jalen Hurts to rush for 40 rush.
I don't mind that at plus 9,000, honestly.
And
the 300
the
for
idea,
each
once
is
again,
a little
behind it
more.
is just I'm expecting a shootout. I'm expecting to throw a lot of throwing and a lot of offense in this game.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm taking it the way I'm taking it. Remember, last time these guys played in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, Jalen Hurts threw for 305. So he did it against this team the last time he was at a Super Bowl against them. So Jalen can do it. And with the Chiefs being 16th against the pass, I was like, let's do it. Jalen's actually super. They expect Pat to throw for more yards than Jalen in this game.
Yeah,
which
I know.
fair enough because they run a lot of yards. But the Chiefs' run defense, I think, is going to show up in a big way and really stifle what Saquon's going to try to do, and even to a certain extent what Jalen wants to do. So I think there's going to be a lot more throwing than anticipating.
Okay, I like it. I do. I think there will be a lot
It's
of
simple.
throwing.
It's all of these are pretty simple. They're all pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to get crazy and throw in all these crazy weirdo stats and stuff. It's like just both quarterbacks 300, both quarterbacks 2 tuds, and both quarterbacks a little under the line that the book has set for them for rushing.
Which isn't bad. I like it.
And it's a quick 90x your money.
Yeah, exactly. Plus 9,000.
So,
that's not bad at all. All right.
Solid. It felt solid.
My last one.
Okay.
You ready for this?
I'm ready. Y'all ready
This
for
is
it?
a good one. We had to take a couple reaches here because that's what you guys are used to. That's what we do on this, just on this live stream. We like to go and reach for the fences, swing for the fences, as they say in baseball.
Yep.
We're just trying to hit a home run here. So let's pay off a mortgage or two. So first off, we're going Jalen Hurts 75 plus rushing yards. It's a lot.
75 plus.
75
he had
plus.
70 the last time they played.
Yep. So it's right around that number. He needs a little bit more, but I think he can do it. Okay. Then we're going Noah Gray, anytime touchdown. This probably isn't happening.
Dang.
Just letting you guys know that right off the bat. It's probably not happening. But Noah Gray, anytime touchdown. There's going to be somebody in this game. We've seen it in every single playoff game. There's somebody nobody bet on, and they scored a touchdown. And you're sitting there like you vultured my touchdown. For the Bills, in their first playoff game, it was their stupid backup running back, Ray Davis. We're just done with it. We're just going to take it. Why not, okay? Next, we're going Dallas Goedert, anytime touchdown. That one's not really a reach. The book thinks it is. It's like plus 330 or something. I think Goddard gets in the end zone in this one. Then we're going Xavier Worthy, 75 plus receiving yards. We already talked about that in my last parlay. I like Worthy a lot in this game just because of his speed. It's a big advantage against a good pass defense. Then we're going A.J. Brown, taking it for the triple digits, 100 plus. That's a big one, but it's A.J. Brown, should have a big game. Then, last but not least, we're going Mahomes, the Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback of this, decade.
Here we go.
Over 0.5 interceptions. He's thrown a pick in this game against this pass defense. This pass defense is too good for Mahomes not to throw a pick.
1 interception.
Yep, and it's not going to be Mahomes' fault. It'll be one of his receivers. They won't be looking, or they'll try too hard. It'll get bobbled in the air. Eagles
and how
recover
ridiculous is this payout?
100,000. Not bad, right? Not bad for those picks. You probably thought it was going to be a little bit lower, but it's not. It's actually plus 140 for Mahomes to throw a pick.
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's Mahomes. He's clutching the playoffs, but yeah, no, the A.J. Brown 100 plus receiving yards, that's like a plus 200 or 300. And then Worthy 75 plus, we've already talked about this. That's sitting at plus money. You have the Goddard TD, that's obviously plus money. Noah Gray, that's plus 500. Then you got Jalen Hurts at 75 plus, that's like a plus 200. So everything here is plus money. The lowest of those would be the Mahomes pick.
Okay.
Mhm. But yeah, those are mine. I like it a lot. I like the 100,000, obviously.
Yeah, Buck wins you 10 grand.
Yeah, exactly. Or Buck's
grand.
1,000. Yeah, it's 1,000.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Nah. Well, nobody else is watching this one either, so ladies and gentlemen, I do thank you for joining us. If you guys did, if you guys are watching
Go
this,
watch the VOD.
afterwards, thank you for joining us. Thanks for listening to the picks. Let us know down below in the comments. Comment on a different video if you want to. And also remember, we are doing a giveaway on our last video. Yeah, if you guys go on the Super Bowl vid, it was the one that we released 2 days ago. If you guys, care about winning $100, go on there, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're not, like it, and yeah, hopefully we can give that $100 to you. If not, it'll be your buddy that you told about the channel. You never know how that works. But I mean, that's all we got for you guys. Anything else you want to add to that, Al?
Nope, I think we kind of covered it all, and we're hyped for the game. So can't wait to see you in like 30 hours.
Yeah, and, something like that.
Can't wait for this game, man. It's gonna be a blast.
For sure, for sure. We'll catch you guys later in our next video after the Super Bowl. Good luck on your bets. Remember,